Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at more creepy and strange TikToks.
The dashboard, and you see something very clearly illuminating like the top of the dashboard, and they're like hunkered underneath the car and they're whispering to each other like I think it's out there, like I don't know what it is, maybe we should go out, and they're like kind of scared.
Then something appears just beyond the glass.
What is it?
The craft is hovering extremely close to the car. It's orange and slightly wobbling or undulating in place as if it's on a wave. You can hear the two guys whispering.
Stop there, stop it. Over there.
Yeah, that to me is exactly how it was described by Bob. It's exactly like your hand did. Your hand did.
Yeah, it's moving the right way.
Yeah.
It's the
Y'all think that's real? Is that a UFO?
Now, here's the one that I've been using. You can go back the last 3 or 4 days, maybe 5, and see this exact picture. This is rotated, so this is the one that I've been keeping my eye on, but all of this is growing. And it's kind of funny, that looks like the Eye of Ra right there. That's pretty interesting. Right there, that looks like the Eye of Ra.
Literally.
You definitely want to keep an eye on these sunspots. These are getting ready to be facing away from Earth, and I'm figuring that you're going to see a lot of activity on the backside of the sun coming from these. You won't be able to see it because the satellite, there is no satellite back there, so we can't get any data or pictures. This is one you're going to want to keep an eye on its way facing us because it's coming around to face Earth again. Of these coronal, they keep saying that these all aren't coronal holes, that some of them are solar winds, but I believe these are coronal holes, and I believe they are slowly turning in to different sunspots. You guys will be updated on the activity, but I promise you more and more activity is going to keep happening. On another note, we're going to keep watching for comets because those have been really activating the sun when they enter the magnetic field of the sun. Now, these are the ones that are getting ready to face away. These are the ones you need to watch, and they are getting more and more active. As I said, you watch, this used to all be green. You can go back in my videos and see that it used to all be green. But this is all slowly starting to turn yellow, and that is a really big sign that there is some kind of major activity going on up there.
Which I think is really going on with the sun. It's times for the It's time for the world to know shapeshifters are real. I took this video while loading my car to go on vacation approximately 2 years ago. Look at his face and image. What I seen. Oh, and imagine, I'm the one I can't read. Imagine what I seen up closer. Yo, what's really going on out here? Why is there a giant Egyptian temple right next to the Hobby Lobby in Chino Hills? What? I didn't know that. It's probably a restaurant.
This kid claimed his imaginary friend showed him a magic trick.
I've never seen anybody do this kind of trick.
Yo. What just
Makes
happened?
you wonder if this kid's imaginary friend was actually a spirit or a demon. I've personally never seen anyone contort their wrist and hand like this kid just did. Stay weird.
No, ain't no way. Y'all think that's a random cloud? Like, what could that be? It's going in the opposite direction of the wind and the rest of the clouds. Is that the Avengers up there floating around? I don't know.
Today I'm looking at a Funk and Wagnalls Standard Dictionary of the English Language, just to kind of show you how big it is.
Dang.
This is it. Copyright is 1913. And here's the contents page. Typical heads illustrating race, stocks of mankind. This chart is titled Schemes of Races of Mankind. It is heavily rooted in the older Table of Nations tradition from the Bible. In that tradition, the world's population was divided into the descendants of the 3 sons of Noah, which were Ham, Shem, and Japheth. So here you can see the Semitic stock, you can see the Hamitic stock, and you can also see the Aryan stock. The Aryan stock were the descendants of Japheth. Here you can see the Tottaric group, which is also known as the Tartaric group. And these are the peoples of that group. And then down here you can see the classification based on the character of the hair, as prepared by the Smithsonian Institution. They were either woolly or smooth, and the woolly would be in tufts or fleecy, and the smooth would be straight or curly.
Anybody else ever seen that book? What's going on? Oh, I gotta run off stage real quick. I don't know, man.
You don't find that suspicious?
I do.
You don't find that suspicious?
Volcano in the sky?
You don't find that suspicious?
That's crazy.
Iran's embassy in Kabul posted a strange tweet. They say in it, after Iran destroyed the secret center for cloud seeding and weather manipulation in the United Arab Emirates, everything changed overnight. And with the end of the secret center, the region's weather map flipped completely.
What?
So it's raining so much, their reservoirs were down to 1%. They were thinking they would have to move people out of Tehran, a city of 9 or 10 million people. They were going to move everybody because they had no water. But now we opened the gates of Iraq's largest dam due to 100% capacity. The dam hasn't reached 100% capacity in years. Underground water sources have started to overflow, and this is what it looks like.
Yo.
That's what it looks like now in Iran. Water everywhere.
That's crazy.
Water coming up from under the ground. And here, Iran destroyed American. So when Iran hit, they say they destroyed their weather modification plants, right? When Iran was hitting all the Gulf states because we had bases there. And then they also took out their weather modification. This is what the reporting is, right? So I can't, nobody can confirm this for sure, but this is certainly what it looks like, and especially after Iran Kabul tweeted that out. Here's what Tucker Carlson and our good friend Dane Whittington had to say about it.
And Tucker, they're being used as a form of warfare. And we know that. We have countries like Iran, constantly demonized, of course, as you well know. After 9/11, we have the list of countries to be targeted given to General Wesley Clark. A list that clearly existed before 9/11 even occurred. Subsequently, every one of those countries, every one of them, was endured a once in 1,000 year drought. Statistically, mathematically, that's impossible without climate intervention operations. And we have the leader of Iran on the floor of the UN, on film, on the record, stating NATO was cutting off their precipitation. We have Iranian top scientists recently stating NATO's been doing this for 40 years. Destabilize the food supply by destabilizing the rain, and you destabilize the population.
Here's more from Dane.
I'm saying that we know the technology exists to steer storms of that size. So why would we think they're not using these type of operations? We have historical precedent. Project Popeye in Vietnam was so successful at controlling precipitation. By 1976, they passed the INMOD treaties forbidding weather manipulation for wartime purposes, but not over a country's own population. The Chinese government has long since openly stated they were engineering snowstorms with endothermic reacting elements. These are patented elements that can literally transition.
Yo, if they doing it now, imagine what they were doing back in the day. Like, think about places like Egypt or the Sahara or, I don't know, any of these deserts out here. That's crazy. And here's the rain there now. That's wild work, man. You hear it rain for the first time in years in Iran after they destroyed the radar systems. I know, right? Makes you think about all type of stuff. You know, it's got my mind thinking about all type of stuff. Like, what if like certain places here, like even here in the States, like certain areas, certain terrains, what if they're not exactly what they're supposed to be due to certain modifications? Y'all seen Zootopia? I don't know. Zootopia had a lot of modification stuff in there, and it was kind of like eye-opening in a way. You know, if you're into kids' movies. What is this falling from the sky? I don't know what that is falling from the sky. Anybody else know? Airplane? Rocket? Yo. Do y'all think this is a real video? That's crazy. I mean, it looked pretty real. I don't know.
So what we see is many people who are African people who talk about they can't stand the sunshine, they can't stand the heat. They come in contact with a substance that has bound itself to the melanin molecule, where the melanin molecule is not functioning normally anymore. So the key here is not an inability to be able to deal with sunlight and to deal with high temperatures, but we're looking at a toxic reaction. So therefore that means that as long as the air is circulating in here, our body will normally give off this heat through perspiration. We can be active, etc., and still be comfortable. Air conditioning is not something that is a natural need for us. And it's very interesting because when we expose ourselves to this, the first thing that we notice is an incapacity to move. And when I say that, is that the first thing that people want to do is that they want to sit down. They don't want to do anything. And then they find out they can't get up after they sat down and napped so long. So it brings about rigidity, stiffness, the loss of mobility, etc., which is a dis-ease state.
Yeah.
It brings about a dis-ease state. And when you think about it, it does the exact same thing that it would do with water. Water, when it's in its normal state, is fluid. It'll go in any direction that it is exposed to unless you contain it, which is how your body's supposed to be. As soon as you drop the temperature, what happens? It gets stiff, rigid, and fixed. And that's the same effect that any whole environment has on us. We are not supposed to be stiff, rigid, and fixed.
Yo. That's a valid point, yo. When you're outside all day, you know, and it's really hot, and then you walk into a house and somebody got the AC on and it's nice and cold, you just sit down on a couch and you just be like, that's crazy work, though, because everything made sense.
Okay, so today I'm in Harper's Young People. It's a book from 1888. I guess this was like a magazine that came out. And in this book, it has every copy from that year of 1888. Copyright 1888 by Harper and Brothers. So, a couple of pages at the beginning, it tells you kind of what's in the book. And then here's an example of one of the copies. So, the price was 5 cents for this copy, or it was $2 per year in advance. Harper's Young People, an Illustrated Weekly. My question about this picture, Tuesday, November 1st, 1887. I'm looking at this fireplace. And this lady sitting here, looks like with her son, Paul and his mother, in the fireplace. My question is, what is this?
Right.
What is hanging down here on either side with this? I asked AI and it told me was fire dog, which this I think is a fire dog, and it should be holding logs that go this way. But this is like a fireball. And then it made me think of the videos about radium in the fireplaces.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like these are connected to whatever these things are.
Just something to hold it,
I
probably.
don't know. AI gave me 4 or 5 different answers, and every time I would tell them their answer was wrong, and then they would tell me I was absolutely correct. So you tell me what you think this may be.
I don't know what the technology was back then.
Oh, look at this. Yeah. Look at that. Oh. Look at that.
Yo, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's sticking it up. Oh, my God. Sticking it up. You lot.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So cool. Beautiful. Well, how dare you tell me that? Guys.
Yo, what did they just witness?
Gosh, everything is so expensive. And what happens when you have a child is no longer you buying things for yourself. Right. Everything goes to that child, and you think about them constantly.
Hey, the way they looked after she said that.
This guy right here discovered oil in Houston, Texas.
No way.
What?
I believe it. The guy looks every bit of 200 years old.
That's impossible, bro.
And he's staring down another ancient creature.
Forget all that. Who's this?
Right, who was that?
Who is this guy right here? Because people are saying that he's 200 years old.
200.
Something about he discovered oil in Texas, which I don't believe, because I don't know who that guy was talking that crap. People are also saying that he's coming to collect. Because think about it. Why is he there? Why is he there? He should be home relaxing. What is he doing outside? Everybody knows that LeBron's time is up. They've been saying this for a long time, guys. Right? Somebody had the nerve to say that's the Reaper. No, he's not. Shh. Shut up. He's looking up, hoping that the Most High could save him, but it's just too late. This guy is coming to collect. He don't care, bro. Look at him, bro. Why is he there? I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. I don't know who that guy was talking about oil and that guy was 200 years old. He's just an older gentleman enjoying the Lakers game. I don't know who the hell this guy is. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
I don't know, but he looked creepy. I need another picture. They're not moving. Your brain refuses to believe it. Your eyes don't track reality. Yo, it does look like they're moving, but they're really not. That's crazy. In the last days.
Sunday, March 29th, 8:05 in the morning. We have an unknown anomaly in the sky.
Right.
Next to the sun. Somebody please, if you have explanation to this, let me know what it is. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like it.
What y'all think it is? Don't tell me it's a sun dog or whatever.
Play.
You did it.
There's my truck, right there.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see a light flash and my truck disappears. And then you see something fly over the...
What?
That's like...
Look, and you see it in the trees go down and see the light. Look, you see the light going over the trees?
It looks like the sun's shining outside.
Yeah, that's what it looks exactly like. And,
What
then,
the
and then
fuck?
there's my truck.
What?
That's fucking
Yo, what's really going on with reality right now? We got wave cloud. That's literally a white claw cloud. That's crazy. Never seen it in real life, at least. Or these. Like, how does this even happen? If it's not something cloaked in the sky, how does this happen? I don't know.
Y'all know what that is, right? You see it moving around at the top?
Something from Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all. Yes, I'm going to do it. I take knowledge and wisdom and sacred history very seriously, and the world's current and modern curriculums have obliterated real history in the sense of what actually happened. That's what history is. And they've reconstructed things. They've confused people. They've caused division. And so well-sourced education based on primary sources is required. Many people lived in caves, Ali, in Northern Africa, all over the world. This is true. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about people who lived in caves. I'm talking about people who were in the mountains, in the caves, and now they have you thinking that they weren't. And they painted themselves into places that they were not in. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to gently elaborate on things that I already put in documentaries. You can go to patreon.com/Dr. Ali, and I'll drop part 2 of the global white slave trade this week. It's been supposed to drop it. But the point is that you can go back, if you are a good researcher, prior to the 1400s, which means you need to get into the 1300s and before. And if you source your documents and texts properly, meaning they actually were written prior to the 1300s, you're going to start to see communications that change things. And so I want to elaborate on this. And just so you know where I get that image from, Gasparis Shati, 17th century book, screenshot it. And he was the one that was talking about hominids and, you know, these different terms, wild men, etc. The point is they existed. Screenshot it.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I seen a guy with a face like that before. It was on TikTok. It might be in one of my past videos from a year or two ago or something like that. I'd have to find that. But no, this guy literally had a whole face full of hair. Like, I know I got like a beard, right? But like he had that, like it was all over his forehead. Like you couldn't, like it was just like eyes. He looked like one of those like puppies, you know, them little I don't even know what they call it.
All right, so he's talking about various types of hominids. This is important because they have you thinking hominids lived thousands of years ago, Denisovan, Neanderthals. No, that's not true. In this form, they were present in Europe in the 16th century, 17th century. They're still on the planet right now in certain places. But the point is we have to get to the origin of the story. And just so you don't think it's impractical, this was talked about. Petrus Gonzalez, him and his family, his daughters. And he was, oh, this is just a condition. No. This is something else. And so you can go straight to the Vatican Library. Take a look at that. And you can see what was going on in the Balkans, past the Caspian Sea, etc. But I'm going to show you that barriers were put up, specifically the Wall of Gorgon and the Great Wall of Cathay, which you call China, Great Wall of China, incorrectly, because these people were placed there. And so all of the history that you think is ancient Greece and ancient Rome, it never happened. And the reason why it was reconstructed is to hide the fact that they were up in these mountains. We know when they came out. We know when they went in. We know what happened while they were there. We know how they lost their form. We know what happened. And so this is not conspiracy theory. You don't go from eumelanin to pheopigments without an explanation. And modern evolutionary biology does not give that. I want to give it. So let me ask you a question. Who is this? This is from the Leo Bible. Who is that? Please, brother. Who is it? It's the Pope. Look at his name. Macarius I. Ruled 10th century. Why is that important? Who is this? 1945? Macarius III. He's the Pope. How come you don't learn about this Pope? So my education to you is for you to know that there was a different Pope. That little Pope over there in Italy was an overseer who started the rebellion, or he was a part of the team that started the rebellion in the 1300s, 1400s. Yeah. Okay. Great Wall of Gorgon. That's the Caspian Sea over there. Below this is Iran, and this is moving over towards Lower Eastern Europe into Asia. What is the Great Wall of Gorgon? This is also the wall that's mentioned in the Quran. Dul al-Qarnan, who was building a wall, and he wanted to keep Gog and Magog in. So this was the western half. The eastern half was what you call the Great Wall of China. Why were they building walls to keep people up into the mountains? They were keeping people inside of what's called the European steppe. So this is some details on the Great Wall of Gorgon, some sources. Here's a close-up. A physical view. Some more geography so you can see how it is with Iran. All right. So now you're going to see why Iran has a problem with a particular group of people, and they have had it for a long time. And this is what Iranians look like at the time. Sasanians, etc. They look like this. And I have to show you this and this because it was explaining this source. Grand Cathay was the capital of Tartary. And Cathay is where you get the Greek Katholikos. Catholics have nothing to do with Christians in the church. Cathay does go back to Tartaria. And the Catholics were the people who followed that universal system. Now, Tartary was a colony of Egypt. I'm going to use this book to show you who was in the caves. This is a around 1330s book. Going back to my other subject, the Sultans at the Tower of Babylon. That was in Cairo. So you see here of the great Khan of Cathay. And they're going to talk about Khan, the Genghis Khan, Haluga Khan, all the Khans. And they're going to talk about the laws and customs of Tartary, etc. But they're going to show us down here who are these people who were dwelling in the mountains. So you see here in chapter 23, he's talking about the Khans of Cathay. You see it? Okay, you got it. Here we go. Chapter 29. Of the countries and isles that beyond the land of Cathay, and of the fruits thereof, and of the 22 kings enclosed within the mountains. In that same region be the mountains of the Caspian, that men called Uber in the country. He's trying to say Eber. Between these mountains, the Jews of 10 lineages be enclosed, that men called Goth and Magoth, and that they may not go out on no side, meaning they couldn't escape. Now, okay, you're dealing with 1300s. He's saying that the 22 tribes are Jews. Now, you might say, well, that doesn't make sense to me. All right, so this book is originally written in French, and what I want to propose is that you listen and then I give some explanation for what's being said here. Okay. They were enclosed 22 kings with their people that dwelt between the mountains of Scythia. Their king, Alexander, chased them between the two mountains, and there he thought for to enclose them through the work of his men. But when he saw that he might not do it, he bring it to an end. He prayed to God and he would perform miracles or whatever. So they're saying, okay, you got locked up there by Alexander. So again, so that they dwell there all fast, locked and enclosed with high mountains all about, save only on one side. And on that side is the Sea of the Caspian. Now may some men ask, since that the sea is on that one side, wherefore go they not out on the sea? Why don't they leave by the sea? For to go where that them liketh. This language is crazy. But to this question I shall answer that the Sea of Caspian goeth out by land under the mountains and runneth by the depth.
Yo, that's a lot of information right there, though. Whoa. Ain't no way. What's up with people just popping out of nowhere in the Tesla car videos?
我千辛万苦跑到云台天赋源头，却看见一个水管这件事情。我千辛万苦跑到云台天赋源头，却看见一个水管这件。
And you wonder why people have trust issues.
Someone says something about pyramids in America. Yeah, I've seen plenty of them, and all the interstates. Yeah, the highways were designed to keep us away from the real treasures in this nation, man. Yeah, they keep it all for themselves, hoarding it all.
Yeah, I think the highways were designed to keep us away from certain roads and certain places in certain states, you know, so that you would just travel one route to get a certain place. You're not going to veer off and do anything different. Because when I'm on the highway and I see a certain street or an exit to a certain city, I don't know, like, I'm just like, I'm not going down that exit. You get what I'm saying?
All the boomers, man, yeah, it's our turn now. Gen Z United, got my team all nighted, good night.
And you put on the magic glasses, there's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things that they're supposed to be. You see things as they are.
They manipulate our history books. The history books are not true. It's a lie. The history books are lying. You need to know that. You must know that.
Research mail tricks.
Research mail tricks, like he said. What? No way. What? A dust devil? Yo. What is that? I'd be tripping. It was just terrorizing them. Nah, they ain't built this. I don't know who they is though. Whoa. Y'all gonna have to screenshot that. Just saying. Shout out to AI. I think AI did that. Hey, yo. Lie right now and say that didn't get you I thought that was a missile or something, or a plane or something. That's, man, if they could do that with paper, imagine what they were doing back in the day. Like you turn on the television and you thought you was watching the news, and then you see like somebody with this paper and then got these sound effects. Oh, snap. Oh. That's crazy. It like blew all the sand away. And it's gone. Wait. Wait. How is this happening at the same time? Oh! That's crazy.
Somebody hit me. Car. Right here. Pants ripped. Pants ripped. Sneakers ripped. All my stuff on the floor.
That's messed up. Next time a flat earther tells you the sun is small and local, believe them like you believe them with no proof.
Whoa, look at that.
I ain't never seen it like that. What's up with the dome, y'all? Reflecting off all different angles? Or was it AI? I have no clue in today's time. Yeah, I've seen a lot of lights like this though, like on different videos and stuff. I really don't know what it is. And then they're like moving slowly and stuff. And what's this light over here to the left? And why is it changing colors now? Oh, no, it's flashing. Can somebody tell me what is causing this? I don't know. I can't tell you. So maybe somebody else can. Rainbow clouds. This gotta be this fake, but it's real. What kind of cloud is that? I mean, it looks pretty cool though. Could y'all imagine if like the skies were like that all the time? There's like different colors and stuff.
Why is there so many of them in a line?
I'm gonna record this shit, man.
Who? You got an iPhone 17? What the fuck is this, y'all? My heart is beating fast.
What is this? What is that shit, man? There's so many of them too.
It is. What the hell is happening? It's in a line.
It's a line. There's a lot of them too.
Oh my god.
Dang.
They moving. Don't want nobody to know they doing something.
What? Are you recording proof?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's the end of them too, Daddy.
No, they ain't. No, that's.
No, they're still going.
They're still going.
It's still going.
What the fuck was that?
Wow.
There they go right there too. Look, it's finishing out right there. And they disappear.
That's
Yeah. Y'all ever seen them travel in a line like that? As above, so below. Numbers inside the mirrored world. Oh, snap. Yeah. They got to break it down again for me.
The federal government just confirmed that they are about to start diluting your gasoline this May. So basically, the EPA just announced that starting on May the 1st, gas stations across the country can sell E15 fuel nationwide. If you're somebody that doesn't know what E15 fuel is, it's gasoline that's cut with 15% ethanol instead of just the usual 10. And you literally cannot make this up right now because they are calling it fortifying the domestic fuel supply, which is a really weird way to say that you're just going to be adding more corn juice to people's gas.
Crazy.
EPA has issued emergency waivers for gasoline blends like E15.
Now this is why it actually matters to you, because ethanol has less energy than regular gasoline, so your car gets worse fuel economy on E15. The entire point of this is that you might be saving about 25 cents per gallon at the pump, but you're burning through it faster, so obviously the savings just cancels itself out. But this is the part that genuinely nobody's talking about, because the EPA normally bans E15 during the summer because ethanol evaporates faster in heat and creates more smog. They explicitly know this, but they just decided to waive their own rule that they made anyways because gas prices are high right now and people are angry. And if you're somebody that owns an older car, a lawnmower, a boat, or a chainsaw, they're saying to be careful because E15 can mess up those engines. So they're making your gas cheaper by just making it worse. Is that even surprising at this point?
Not at all. They probably already cutting it. Iridescent clouds light up the sky. What's going on with the clouds, man? What type of reality is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, what type of video game is this? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Tell us without telling us. Who is this guy for real? We seen him in the last video. Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. He's got courtside seats every game though. Someone said one is the moon and the other is the sun. Then what's the third?
Isso ao vivo, olha só, ele atingiu a fachada de prédio e caiu. São essas as imagens que você está acompanhando aí neste momento, olha só. Impressionante, Sérgio, Manuela e você que está em casa, Globocop com cenas épicas mostrando para você ao
That's a
vivo,
strong building.
essas imagens são
Boy, that's a
recuperadas,
strong
mas o
building
problema
right there, I
agora
tell
você
you.
acompanha ao vivo, a
Cause
aeronave está...
I mean, dang. Yo. Imagine towing a helicopter. There we go again. There we go.
Look at this shit. Can't make this shit up, cuz. Can't make this shit up. There's no more denying it. Karina has it on fucking footage, bitch. In real time.
Shout out to Karina.
Real time. Real fucking time. This is Louisville, fucking Kentucky, bitch. Day before Derby, ho. 2 motherfucking suns in the motherfucking sky.
We got 2 sons, y'all. Two. Wow. What's up with this? Oh.
See, y'all think this Mandela effect shit is fake. But the reality is, they're erasing the past so they can alter the future. So a woman on this app with a subscription to the newspaper archive website went down a rabbit hole and is showing you in real time that the Mandela effects that these people saying are false are true. You gotta ask yourself, why do people have specific memories of things happening certain ways? Certain items being certain ways that we know are true, and these people are saying, no, that's not true. I'm on the timeline where Chick-fil-A never had a K in its name.
Right.
But let them tell it, the K has always been there. But she proved that to be wrong. This is from the newspaper archive website.
1986.
What does that say?
1976.
What does that
You
say?
know?
2000.
What does that say?
2010.
And what does that say? So I went down another rabbit hole. And she's not the only person that has proof that they've been lying to us. Apparently, a lot of us are on different timelines. Remember they said that Sinbad never played in the movie Shazam? Remember they said that Fruit of the Looms never had a cornucopia? Then remember when they said that the Berenstein Bears, that's what I remember it as, was something different? Well, look at this shit.
Stay tuned.
Look at this.
And what I'm about to show you, I'm gonna go into my safe here and show you a couple Mandela effects that have been, I'm now
This
gonna
is
come
proof
out
right here.
and show them to the world. So, look at what I got here. Oh, hold on.
What does
So I
that
got
say right there?
The Berenstein Bears, not Berenstain Bears. Berenstein.
Yeah, okay.
It's an actual book.
Yo, I got some old books too. I need to go look at them ups.
Shazam.
What does that say right there?
What?
And last but not least, talking shit before.
Show the tag, man.
Hold on, let me find the tag on these. If you guys can see the cornucopia.
Yeah, okay.
Clearly.
You can go way deeper down the rabbit hole. The Monopoly man wore a monocle. That is the first person I ever seen in my life wearing a monocle.
Facts.
The Richard Simmons I know wore a headband. I'm gonna let her end the video.
This is one about Richard Simmons and his headband. The first half looked about as pretty as Richard Simmons and headband.
That's probably why my memory be messed up sometimes. I'll be like, dang, man, I can't remember this. Da, da, da. That's probably what the whole plot is, to mess with our memory so that we just can't remember what was real and what's not. Because I remember all that stuff. Once you see it, you find it everywhere.
A smidge. A few minutes ago, I was able to look at that camera and see a little bit of a lowering on the front end of that storm. And that
Yo. I would be so spooked. Nope. You see? Gone. Did he get away?
I know a psyop when I see one. Cole Allen can be seen literally walking into this room, and seconds later, a canine officer comes in, the dog sniffs him, and they even have a conversation. Look at his mouth move. They're talking to each other. And a half a second later, Cole comes sprinting out of the room with his makeshift shotgun. They take him to the officer in the lower left-hand corner. He let off multiple rounds at close range. How did you miss him?
Psyop. Big one. Oh. Wow, what is this? Real or not? Oh, it's not. You the chosen one, man. They want what you got.
Also, lastly, this has nothing to do with the collection that I found, but my grandfather was a photographer too. He did photographs in the 40s. I think that's just a blimp. But you guys keep talking about airships.
I mean, there's all type of crazy stuff on there. You cannot escape it.
We're pioneer scientists here. This is like a sort of experiment that it's really hard to find anything like it. So this is like pretty groundbreaking stuff. We're gonna grow some plants inside of there. One of them without Wi-Fi signal, one of them with Wi-Fi signal. They're called Faraday cages. So one of them will be putting out radiation where the other one is not gonna be doing that.
I don't think anything's gonna happen. I don't really know.
I don't know, because it's just like this plastic thing with technology in it. But like, we don't know if that will affect the plant.
I don't really feel like radiation affects me in any way, so I don't feel like it's gonna affect another living thing like a plant.
Yeah, okay, man.
Have you done this experiment before, or is this new?
We have seen an experiment using crest seeds and radiation, but never as controlled as this one, as far as I know.
Oh, good. Yeah, full send.
Yeah, one of them is going to be exposed to high levels, and the whole reason that we've covered them in tinfoil is because the environment of this classroom is filled with that. Right, so we had to try to isolate the plants inside of there and not let the Wi-Fi get in there.
I don't really know if it'll affect anything because, like, I grow plants in my, like, I have Wi-Fi in my house and I grow plants all the time and they grow fine.
All right, what y'all think? Y'all think that the Wi-Fi is going to affect the plants in a harmful way, or it's going to not affect the plants at all? Let me know.
It's gonna die.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yo. Turn the Wi-Fi off, man. Turn the Wi-Fi off. You gotta turn the Wi-Fi off.
It blew my mind that the Wi-Fi off, like, the plants are growing.
Yeah.
But Wi-Fi on, the plants are growing. So I think that when the Wi-Fi's on, it's affecting the world. Like, affecting the whole entire world.
What are people's arguments against our results going to be?
The Wi-Fi on might have dried out all of the water from the seedlings.
The heat will evaporate the water that's in the plant.
The FCC doesn't say anywhere that Wi-Fi and radiation is harmful to people.
I think that we have to explore those different variables to make this experiment as sound as we can. What's the first thing that you're going to do? You get your cell phone in your hands, you just watch that video. What are you going to Google?
Does Wi-Fi kill plants? Or other living things?
First thing I would look up is what else can it hurt?
What?
Our brain, our arms, our legs. Does Wi-Fi hurt our body physically and mentally? Could it affect your sperm count and decrease population?
Given the fact that you have been part of this research, looking over all of these studies, do you have Wi-Fi in your house?
No, I've been in the technology industry all my life, and I've never had Wi-Fi.
Because?
I just didn't feel it was right. I didn't feel it was safe. And my wife has been very actually forceful about not having that. Now, you can run a longer wire. It's a bit annoying.
Signaling. Produce heat.
Have any countries or cities, like, banned Wi-Fi?
No, you dog. You dog.
What's really going on? You know, some of these videos, I don't know if it's real or not. Look at this. What's that? Oh wait. I don't know what that is, but you see something in the sky? I see like a light flashing up there. I kind of see something.
Alguém me fala que bicho que é esse aqui? Parece uma árvore andando. Olha só. Olha que bicho doido. Gente de Deus, eu nunca vi isso aqui não. É uma árvore de Natal andando isso aqui.
So many different little creatures out here in the world.
Essa Indonésia é doida demais, rapaz. Pelo amor de Deus. Vai parecer uma aranha.
Did it build this?
Dentro de um casulo que ela construiu de pedaços de madeira. Será que ela cortou? Nossa, os pedacinhos de pau é tudo cortadinho certinho. Mas porra dessa aranha tem uma motosserra? Que diabo que é isso? Tô entendendo nada, meu. Tá doido, gente.
No, that's strange, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. Can't really make it out. You know, it's got that red flashing light. I don't know if it's a drone, a plane. We got 2 moons in Dubai. Yeah, what's going on with 2 moons and 2 suns and everything we keep seeing?
Silly, come here.
You know, I'm starting to think, is it 2 moons and 2 suns, or is it 1 moon, 1 sun, and we're seeing the reflection? You know how you see like the reflection of a rainbow sometimes? Is that what we're seeing here? I don't know.
In the sky, how many moons you see? Huh? How many moons you see in the sky? Look. 2. See?
You see what I'm saying? We got 2 suns here.
I know, it's giving off a weird orb or reflection or something in it.
Reflection. Possibly.
Let's see if it's like that. Yeah, isn't that weird? I don't know. I know, I was trying to zoom in to get a better...
I don't know. That's probably 2 suns right there.
I don't know.
I'm not making this up, and I can't make this up. This is not AI. They're just using UV light to show what sunscreen looks like under UV light.
Crazy.
Sunscreen is just synthetic melanin.
Okay, you guys remember how I showed you the maps that were here on Earth before 1958, before the governments took them out? Now I'm going to show you the encyclopedia in the public libraries before 1958. Here's volume 2 out of the alphabet A. And we're going to flip to the Antarctica, and this is from 1958, as you can see. Now, we're going to flip to the Antarctica and see what the encyclopedia from 1958, before the Antarctic Treaty, says is there. Now, you won't find this in the new encyclopedias because the government's banned them. But what I want you to notice right here is, notice how it says the flights proved inland areas to be featureless in character, with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Take a really, really close look at that. Now I'm going to zoom it in for you. When they returned to New Zealand, these flights proved the inland areas to be featureless in character, with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Now, if this doesn't make sense to you, let me show you with an image of what a flat earth map would look like. Now, this is what a latitude 80 degrees south would look like on a flat earth map. As you can see, the dome comes down closer to you over the wall, which will be about 13,000 feet. Now, if you're not familiar with any of this at all, and you're just now new to all this, you could say, well, this guy is crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But what you got to ask yourself is, why do all the maps before 1958 show a flat earth with the ice wall around it and a firmament, a dome? And why does the encyclopedia tell you that there's a dome there, and it gives you the exact height at a certain latitude and longitude? Well, the reason is because in 1958, that's when all governments and all nations of the world signed the UN treaty to ban all civilians from going to the Antarctica, and NASA came in and erased everything, just like they're erasing everything today. So again, ask yourself, if all this existed before 1958? Why doesn't it exist now? How come it all of a sudden was erased and just disappeared out of your history books, out of your encyclopedias, out of your libraries? Wake up, people. Wake up. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
Dome or no dome? Isn't it wild that this generation of parents used to sneak into AOL chat rooms at 1 a.m., guilty, illegally made burnt CDs, also guilty. I shouldn't be saying that, huh? They're probably going to send me like an FBI notice, you know, like on the movies. And were raised on Jerry Springer. But here we are fighting for our lives to keep our kids off of YouTube. Now that's for real, because I used to watch Jerry Springer too. Like, Jerry Springer was crazy, like as a kid watching that stuff. Be cracking up with my brother. That is crazy though.
Miren lo que se mira allá, ¿qué será? ¿Qué será? ¿Qué
What is
creen que sea?
Something falling off the clouds? Or is that a fake cloud?
¿Qué creen que sea? ¿Qué será? ¿Qué será? Alguien que sepa qué puede ser o qué es. Y comenten. Esto se miró aquí en Fresno, California. Quién sabe qué sea. Hago un experimento, no sé. Alguien que sepa si ahí va cayendo algo. Una lucecita.
In Fresno, California.
Quién sabe qué será.
That's the only thing I think. Yeah, man, what was that?
Why is everyone talking about the show, The Three Body Problem, in relation to the 11 missing scientists? Let me break it down for you. In the show, it's not the what's happening to the scientists, it's the why. If you don't know, the string of 11 missing individuals, which is now being investigated by the White House, all of these people are connected in some way, shape, or form by their roles in top secret US nuclear, aerospace, and defense programs, and some are even involved in UAP-related research. Now, in the show, the WOW signal is intercepted in the United States and China. If you didn't know, the WOW signal is a real signal that was intercepted in Ohio in 1977. It's a 72-second signal, and to this day, no one definitively knows where it came from. In China, it's intercepted by the character Ye with a warning that says, "Do not answer this or we will come to your planet and conquer it." Well, due to a series of events, Ye doesn't believe that humanity can even save itself, and she invites them to come and even says she will help them. The Santi have a three-body problem. You know who doesn't have a three-body problem? Earth. They have 3 suns, which makes their planet's gravitational pull chaotic and unpredictable. So they have to keep starting over every so many years when their civilization is wiped out. Now, she's handing out these VR headsets to the scientists like candy. Now, these VR headsets are actually from the Santi, and the game that they're playing is actually a recruitment process. Now, the scientists in the game are dropped into a real human historical setting like the Shang Dynasty, but what they don't know is this actually represents the Santi's home planet, and those of the scientists in the game that can figure out the three-body problem get to progress through the game. And then, in the game, they show their civilization repeatedly being destroyed to also help build sympathy so that these scientists will actually want to help them. And those that don't agree to help them basically get taken care of. But there are a string of scientists in the show who are unaliving themselves because the Santi have proton-sized supercomputers called sophons. These sophons can make the scientists see things that aren't actually there by going in and out of their retinas, like this countdown clock. The scientist working on the nanotechnology sees this countdown clock, and she thinks if she doesn't stop her work before it hits 0, something terrible is going to happen. And the sophons start sabotaging the scientists' computers, and they think that their results are chaotic and erratic and don't make sense, and their life work has gone to crap, which drives them insane and also to unaliving. Their goal is to kill our science But why? Because they have a 3-body problem their planet has to keep starting over. And even though their technology is more advanced than our technology, because they have to keep starting over, their technology is doing this, where they realized here on Earth, our technology is advancing very rapidly. And they know that if it takes them 400 years to get to Earth, our technology will surpass their technology. But if they get rid of all our scientists and top minds, that's not going to happen.
So they thought it was a...
Anybody seen that show before? You know, I forgot I watched that show until she started explaining it. I was like, oh, I remember this now. It's a really, really cool show. I remember like that, like turn the stars off in the sky. That like tripped me out one time when I was watching it. Like the stars started flashing. I was just like, it's a dome.
150 people on that boat. Come to find out, 23 people abandoned ship back on April 23rd. 7 of those people was from the United States. I ain't trying to make you blow a head gasket, but this is what we looking at. The 23 people that decided to abandon ship, one of them is sick already. He claimed that the travelers didn't know that they was exposed to a deadly virus as they decided to abandon ship in St. Helena, a tiny island in the South Atlantic. Now they're saying that this virus can lie dormant for up to 8 weeks. Now Argentina investigators believe they found a couple that is responsible for bringing the virus. But sad to say, the husband and wife are now dead. For those 7 Americans that came back to the United States, they are all in different corners. And unfortunately, we don't know where they at. But the World Health Organization tried to ease people's minds by telling them that this is nowhere near how COVID was. It's nearly not as contagious. People dying from it, it's contagious. Count me out.
I have no idea what this is. It was sent without context, but it is definitely an odd video.
What the heck?
My guess is it's just the way the camera perceives where they're at or whatever, but it's crazy.
Yo.
Okay, if I go missing, I have created a glove which will allow you to see in your linear future.
Huh?
And there's a toggle to go forward and reverse in time. So basically...
Well, the reason
Time
I
travel?
put my video with his is because I use a Nikon P1000. And I'm seeing these things do what they're doing right here. You see that? Where they go in like that. And then over here, you can see them do, you know, this. When they're leaving.
Yo.
Okay. I'm not talking about 8 inches per square mile or a curve or, you know, I'm talking about objects flying in and out of the sun.
That's crazy.
And you can see them very clearly. So that's what I'm referring to with my videos above. Do you understand? Why does nobody want to refer to that? Why everybody want to talk about other dumb shit, but nobody wants to talk about the things that are flying in and out of the sun, huh?
That's crazy.
What's up? What's up? Huh? What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up, huh?
Missing scientists, missing UFO researchers and everything. What's up?
What's up, UFO researchers and scientists and all of that? Nah, but for real, what was that flew in the sun? I did hear somewhere, I don't know, I've watched so many videos now, but I don't know who said it, that there were people that live in the sun, that can walk on the sun, something like that, right? And I heard this a while ago, and I don't know, it just stuck with me. But that would be crazy, right? They've been hiding this in the media for years. Yo, literally. They out here. What's up with Lizard Man? Lizard Man.
We already got enough shit that we got to deal with. Now you have people getting keyboards for dogs and teaching dogs how to speak English. If that's not enough for you, these dogs are getting depressed and their owners are now having to give them antidepressants. So I just seen a video of this girl saying that she saw a video about this dog named Bunny the dog. Now, This dog's owners was actually teaching this dog how to use a keyboard to speak English. So basically what would happen is the dog will press a button that has a word on it to basically speak English or have a conversation with their owner. So anyway, I jumped down a rabbit hole and I found a video of Bunny the dog. Now, if you're not familiar with Bunny the dog has millions of views because this dog is actually communicating with her owner in English by pressing these buttons. But the crazy thing about Bunny the dog is once this dog learned how to communicate in English, it stressed the dog out because the dog started thinking that it wasn't a dog. You don't believe me, right? Look at this shit. Pay attention to what's going on right now.
Did you just say, who this, and then look in the mirror?
Nah, man.
That's crazy.
Who this? That's Bunny. That's Bunny.
Look at this. The dog is stressed. That dog just went to the door and said help. I'm gonna get a little bit deeper with this.
Yeah.
You ever heard of a loogout? I need you to look up that word. I need you to go down that rabbit hole and tell me what you just saw.
They just gave the dog a whole different consciousness. The dog woke up and was like, wait, how am I a dog? What if you could do that with other animals? That'd be crazy.
See, y'all be playing with everything because y'all think y'all can. But it's certain things that you supposed to do, and there's certain things that you are never supposed to do. Y'all opening a lot of doors that don't need to be opened. Stop.
What if all the above ground data centers are there to power all the underground cities and bunkers? That's a thought. That's
The nigga went live and told these motherfuckers, bro, I cracked the industry code.
Not understanding what's going on, let me fully explain this to you. I told y'all, $1 for the NFTs, right? I sold these shits to my fans for $1. People came, some people bought 20, some people bought 5, some people bought 60. It doesn't matter how much you bought. It was only $1. You spent $60, you bought 60. I need y'all to understand. One of those copies right now is going for 50,000, 60,000, 60,000. Yo, my nigga, and these are sold. They're sold. Go look at the list right now and see how small the sellers list is getting. Y'all don't understand what the fuck is going on? Y'all don't understand I just cracked the fucking industry? Y'all don't understand I just cracked this shit? I just cracked this whole shit. It's cracked. It's over. I cracked the whole shit. It's over. It's over.
And then I just made $1 million in 1 minute. Didn't he say shit like that?
And he made his people, the followers on his page, he made them millionaires too. Like whatever he showed them what to do, it worked. And it was something with music and selling his album.
Rock Nation wanted him out of there.
Immediately.
Yeah.
You can't, boy, when Michael Jackson, speaking of Michael Jackson, I gotta go see that movie. Shout out Michael Jackson, rest in peace. When that nigga start talking about how the industry was goddamn, when he started talking about codes, man came out with that song, they don't really care about it. When he started talking like that, with the influence he had, bro, they had
you heard what his nephew said, right? You heard what his nephew said?
Allegedly.
His nephew.
What?
It's like he said my uncle didn't die, he was murdered.
Allegedly.
And then nigga said the Neverland was really to protect the kids.
Yeah, I heard that song.
It was to protect the kids.
Facts. I 100% believe that. Mike ain't goddamn, he wasn't putting it down.
Because they said Disney is with the shits too.
I mean, you know, the people been getting killed
get found there goddamn 2 weeks.
Yeah, and Disney.
Yeah, Tory did crack the code, man.
Because it was an Epstein documentary where they caught Epstein talking about the aborted black babies for the melanin or something.
Yeah, for the melanin in his emails. And when you get to melanin is a whole nother topic that's very, very deep because that is our spiritual particle that keeps us connected to God. Without melanin, it's impossible to have a spiritual connection with the Creator. And for people to say that white people don't have melanin, that's a lie too. They have pheomelanin. It's many different types. You got gasified melanin. You have cosmic melanin. You got melanin. You got different types of melanin. You have anthocyanin archaea melanin. You got fungi mycomelanin. Melanin is beautiful because melanin is what creates the light within. The beautiful thing about melanin, the beautiful thing about leptin, and the beautiful thing about the mitochondria is the mitochondria is the sun of the body. Every cell in your body have its own sun that give out its own light, right? Albert French Pop talks about this. He won a Nobel Prize over this, and he did it in foods where he took a picture of the photochemical resonance that come from each food, and food emits its own light. Your body emits its own light. It's very finite. It's very weak. It's called ultra weak violent light rays, but your body have its own sun. It's called the mitochondria. You have trillions of them. Each cell in your body have a actual sun, a chemical compound nucleus that literally produces its own light. And that's the reason why melanin is at the tip of your dermis or on your skin. And then under your melanin, you have something called leptos. And in your eyes, you got melanopsin. And that's why when you wake up, you never should not miss a sunrise. When you wake up, watch the sunrise. That will stimulate melanopsin, that will stimulate another protein called POMC, and this will actually help you convert all of that light over into information to heal your body. I think the number one driver of what we call so-called disease is sunlight deficiency and inner light deficiency, because you got two lights. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth and said, let there be light, right? When he said, let there be light, notice you have a different light from the beginning in Genesis chapter 1 than on the 4th and 5th day. He created two lights. Have you noticed that when you read the Bible?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So the first light was the light within. That's their spirit. We all have a light within us, man. Scientifically proven, our body creates its own electrical chemical light through ROS, oxidative species signals, man. Like, this is a fact. We literally leak light, and the more you leak and you spill light, the sicker you get.
Got to keep the light within.
First thing I want to tell you is that the mirror doesn't reverse left and right. It doesn't, and that's the key to understanding this whole thing. The mirror is doing something much simpler than that, and once you see what it's really doing, the whole mystery disappears. It's like magic, but it's not magic. It's just that we're asking the wrong question. Let me show you what I mean. Stand up if you would, and imagine you're standing in front of a mirror. Actually, you don't have to imagine it. Go find a mirror and do this with me. Now let's say you're facing north. Your nose is pointing north, straight ahead at the mirror. Now point with your right hand to the east. Look at your reflection. Which way is your reflection pointing? East. The same direction. Now point with your left hand to the west. Your reflection points west. Same direction again. Now point up at the ceiling. Your reflection points up. Point down at the floor. Your reflection points down. So far, the mirror isn't reversing anything, is it? Up stays up, down stays down, east stays east, west stays west. Everything is exactly where it should be. But now, and this is the important part, now point straight at the mirror. You're pointing north. Which way is your reflection pointing? It's pointing south. Back at you. Aha. So the mirror reversed north and south. It reversed forward and backward. It reversed in and out. The mirror reversed the direction that's perpendicular to it, the direction going straight into the mirror. So when people say the mirror reverses left and right, that's not what's happening at all. What's happening is the mirror reverses front and back. It reverses forward and backward. And once you understand that, you can understand everything else. But wait, you say, when I look in the mirror, if I raise my right hand, the person in the mirror raises the hand on my left side. That looks like left and right are reversed. And words written on my shirt are backwards. That looks like left and right. Yes, but that's not what the mirror did. That's what you did. Or rather, that's what your mind did. Let me explain. Imagine you have a friend standing in front of you, facing you. You raise your right hand. What does your friend see? They see a hand on their left side going up. Why? Because you and your friend are facing each other. Your right is on their left, your left is on their right. That's not because anything got reversed, it's just because you're facing opposite directions. Now when you look in the mirror and you see this image of yourself, what do you think? You think, that's me standing over there. And if that were you standing over there, how would you have gotten there? You would have turned around. You would have rotated 180 degrees. You would have walked around and faced back. But that's not what happened. The mirror didn't take you and spin you around. That's what your brain wants to think, because your brain is used to seeing other people. And when you see another person facing you, they got that way by turning around. The mirror did something completely different. The mirror did something much more peculiar than just turning you around. It took you and flipped you inside out. It took the front of you and put it in back. Your nose, which was in front, is now in the mirror world, in back. Everything that was close to the mirror is now close to the mirror on the other side. The mirror reversed front to back, period. Here's another way to think about it. Imagine you're looking at a clear glass window and someone painted an arrow on the glass pointing to the right. You're looking at it from one side. Now walk around to the other side of the glass and look at it. The arrow is now pointing to the left. Did the glass reverse the arrow? No! The glass didn't do anything. You walked around it. The arrow is still pointing the same direction in space. It's pointing east, let's say. But when you look at it from the other side, east is now on your left instead of your right. The mirror is doing the same thing, except you're not walking around it. The mirror is creating an image that's on the other side, and that image has been reversed front to back, not left to right. Now, if you write something on a piece of paper and hold it up to a mirror, it looks backwards. Why? Well, think about how the letters got reversed. The paper has two sides. On the side facing you, the letters go from left to right. On the side facing the mirror, if you could see through the paper, the letters would already look backwards. They'd go from right to left from that point of view. When the mirror reflects that image, it's reflecting what's on the surface facing it. And what the mirror sees is already reversed relative to what you see, because you're on opposite sides of the paper. The mirror just honestly reports what it sees, and what it sees is the back of each letter. If you want to see this more clearly, try this experiment. Write something on a transparent sheet, a piece of clear plastic or glass. Write hello from left to right. Now hold it up and look at it from the other side. It looks backwards. The mirror is just showing you what things look like from the other side. What's really interesting.
Yo, mirrors are crazy though, right? You know, they most of the time we do say, oh, it's like in reverse. But it is weird that it just reverses this way. You know what I'm saying? It's like a portal. It's got to be a portal.
All those 3D glasses that are red on one side and blue on the other, and you get them in movie theaters, he cut them up so that the lenses were separate, and he stapled them together, and he taped it on top of his lens for his iPhone. And what that did, I'm not sure he understood how that was happening, what was going on, but he somehow knew to do that. I don't know how he knew to do that without knowing what he was doing, but he taped them on top of the lens. The red lets in infrared. The red and the blue together blocks out almost all visible light. And so the light that can get through is going to be the infrared stuff. There's not much ultraviolet light in the atmosphere, so it's really mostly infrared. And so what happens is the phone gears up its automatic gain control to try to get any light what at all. But there is no visible light that's coming in because of the red and the blue together. So what he ends up getting is mostly the ultraviolet, mostly the infrared. Mm-hmm. And he started taking videos with his iPhone with this makeshift thing of the Washington, D.C. area, and he started to get a whole bunch of UFOs. Interesting configurations, different shapes and everything. So the Washington, D.C. area was like filled with them. And these were things on demand, any 10-minute period that he would do it. He came to us with Excel spreadsheets, which had aeronautical data, all types of everything, the analysis of it, how you analyze distance, speed, size, everything. And then he came to us with recommendations for things he didn't even have. He said, what you need is a GH6 camera. He didn't even have one, but he knew we needed a GH6. And he knew that we needed to send it to a specific company called LifePixel, lifepixel.com, to have it converted. Now, there are other places that do conversion. What they do is they take the sensor, and the sensor of all cameras has a glass filter on top of it that blocks out infrared and ultraviolet because you don't want that in your images. However, that glass filter on top of the sensor has to be removed. Once you take the filter off of the sensor, you have to put another filter on top of the lens. He knew all about that. He didn't have any of that, but he knew all about that. And to tune into the bandwidth that you want in the electromagnetic spectrum to get the exact infrared spectrum part that you want. And so then he showed us a lot of videos on our big screen in our own office, standing up with a laser pointer and everything, showing the videos of these UFOs that were very clearly UFOs. And then he also talked about the frame rate issue because they go so fast. The thing about the GH6, why it was unusual, is you have to shoot wide angle because you can't see these things. They're invisible, both because of some stealth technology that you can see them only in infrared, and secondly, they're going 20,000 miles an hour. So it could be the size of the Titanic. You're not going to see it if it's 20,000 miles an hour. So we shot it at 120 frames a second. It was like, this is one of those experiences you have only once or twice in your whole life. You do something first time out and like, it's right in front of you. In 10 minutes, we had like 30, 40 UFOs right over my house. And some of them were huge. And they were swooping down like Star Wars jet, like Star Wars TIE fighters.
Yeah.
If you use alcohol, that boosts your dopamine, serotonin, and GABA. Use opiates. That boosts your dopamine, norepinephrine, endorphins, and GABA. Where do we see these neurochemicals? Oh, these are the neurochemicals that an ADHD autistic brain naturally lacks compared to the average. Oh, so what is actually happening there with an addiction? It's your brain trying to get these chemicals back. And when the person is drinking or using drugs to the point of every single day, that tells me of the severe lack of the dopamine, serotonin, and GABA, because it's gotten to the point where your body doesn't even care about the consequences. It just needs this stuff and these are neurochemicals that you need to survive. You will not live long without these neurochemicals. So your body is trying to desperately make sure it stays alive that week. And doing this by getting these neurochemicals back through these addictions. And it's going to choose the easiest thing to get.
I mean, it makes sense, man. Don't it?
Have y'all never heard of redlining? You know redlining is listed as a conspiracy theory. Damn. I got family members alive right now who can tell me about the red line system and how it went on. And this is listed as a conspiracy theory.
They use a hypnosis technique called fractionation, which is where you bring somebody up. And like you'll see one of those videos of a grandpa holding his grandbaby, like that makes you almost cry. They'll pull you down into that. Then they'll punch you back up like 2 videos later, and you'll start to notice this. 2 videos later, it'll be a riot, someone robbing a store, fist fight, a car going way too fast, flipping off the road, an airplane almost crashing. So they get you up and down and up and down. And the more I can do that, this is proven that ramps up suggestibility. The more I can get you up and down, up and down. And what happens after you get like 4 or 5 cycles of up and down? You get an ad. And it's so reliable.
Yo, is TikTok really putting us all through hypnosis? Is that what's really going on? We all getting hypnotized into TikTok? I mean, I can see it. A lot of people are vulnerable. And when they watch these videos, they are, like he said, oh, yeah. And then brought right back down. Like the moods change a lot. And then you can go through TikTok for like a whole hour. And then you're like, man, wore out.
He pulls out his cell phone and he says, what do you think of this? And I think I sent you these photos. He shows me this photo of these 2 guys on a painting. And these 2 guys are flying through space on this painting. And they look like they got pajamas on. One guy's older than the other guy. There's no signature of the artist or anything like that. He says, what do you think of this? And I go, I don't know. No idea. 2 guys flying through space. I don't know. And then he shows me another photograph of these balls all going down this tunnel. And I go, he says, what do you think of this? So I don't know. The ball's going down a tunnel. I don't know, Tim. I know you should. And then he shows me another one, this eclipse thing, where the eclipse is taking place. And I know what you're talking about. And then he shows me this photograph, it's like a screen on the outside of a building, and it has all this the outer space photographs on the sort of like the planets and galaxies and stuff like that. And I go, I still know what you're talking about. And then he shows me the catchers. He shows me this car on top of parkade. So there's 2 buildings. And this is 999 Sepulveda Avenue. I think this is all still intact. It's right outside of LAX. You can see the runways from LAX from there. 99 Sepulveda Avenue. There's 2 buildings and there's a parkade in between. So this is on the top floor of the parkade. And it's like a 56, 57 Chevy sitting on top of this parkade, sort of all by itself. And then he shows me, and you can see something in the back seat. He says, see that in the back seat there? And I said, yeah. He said, you know what it says? I says, no, what's it say? He says, I wish I could travel through time and space to be with you. And I go, That's what it says? Yeah, that's what it says. And so I go, I still don't know what you're talking about. And then he says, you know what this is? I said, no, I don't know what it is. He says, this is the old Hughes Aircraft Building. I said, Tim, I still don't know what you're talking about.
Howard Hughes.
And then he says, this is where and I don't remember exactly what the wording was. He said, this is where the jump room was, or this is supposedly where the jump room was, or I don't know if he clarified that this is for sure. And I go, really? Can I see the photographs again? And he shows me the first one with the picture of these two guys flying through space. And he says, you know where that one is? And I said, no, where is it? He said, right outside the elevator. I said, that's right outside the elevator? So, of course, I thought this was like a garbage story. Like, I mean, nobody would believe this. Obama going to Mars and all this stuff. I go,
sure.
Maybe this story's true. So I get Andy Basiago and I phone him up and I say, hey, Andy, I just got somebody showing me some photographs from the Sepulveda Avenue there. Were you in the front building or the back building? And he said, I was a young kid. I don't remember if I was in the front building or back building. And I'm thinking, well, maybe this story's true. And then it was years later. I'm sitting there, I'm going, what the heck was Tim Taylor doing there? If this is a garbage story, why is this high-level guy doing at this building? There must be some truth to the story. And then you hear the stories that Jesse tells about
Townsend Brown stuff,
this obsession with time travel and stuff like that.
This is
Is that a time travel spot? 999, so whatever he said, Avenue? Man, look. It probably is, man. Time travel is probably really, like, people can probably jump to different places by now. Like, I'm sure they are jumping and messing with things, taking cornucopias off of Fruit of the Loom shirts and stuff. You know what I mean?
our clock, right? Our normal clock that we have 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? In the concept that we are using, there are only.
What if people are like traveling back in time and, you know, seeing a brand before it starts or something, and then just like saying, oh, this is my brand and I started this, you know, and that's why we get these Mandela effects, because people traveled back in time to make themselves rich and become the owners of certain things that we got. I don't know, man. My mind just said, just randomly thought of that thought. I don't know why. Probably because, like, anytime I think of time travel, that's the type of thing I'll be thinking about. Like, man, if I could time travel, I'd go back in time and I'd be the one to invent this idea. As long as I can keep my mind that I have now, I'd be like, I'd write these songs. I'd be this. You know what I'm saying? You guys ever seen Hot Tub Time Machine? I think they did something like that in there. Like, that's, yeah.
The numbers 1 through 9, right? There are no other digits. Anytime that you get to a digit that is a double digit, what you will do is add those digits together. For example, where it gets to 8 plus 8, instead of 16, you take that 1, you take the 6, you add it together, and it equals 7, right? This is called vortex math. 7 plus 7, instead of 14, take the 1, take the 4, boom, it becomes 5. 5 plus 5 equals 1. And then look, we started with 1, ended with 1. This is the loop of the universe that goes on forever and ever. Tesla was explaining, if you can understand the 3, the 6, the 9, then you can unlock the secrets of the universe. Well, in here, just to start with, we have a 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. We're missing the 3, the 6, and the 9. And to map that out, you can see in this orange, 1 plus 1's 2, 2 plus 2's 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 8's 7, like I said, 7 plus 7's 5, 5 plus 5 is 1. This is the pattern of the universe. This 3, this 6, this 9, they're special. They're out of that loop. The 10, the 11, the 12, it doesn't exist. Why? Because 1 plus 0, that's just 1. 1 plus 1, that's just 2. 1 plus 2, that's just 3. This shit isn't even there. If it's not there, we can redraw our clock to look something like this, right? This is what it should look like. And this is our basis for the human clock.
Did you realize that this TV right here is a Walmart tracking device to track you at home? Walmart bought Vizio Television. When they did that, they acquired millions of people's data. And more importantly than just the TV itself, they acquired the data system.
Wait a minute. I didn't know that Walmart owned Vizio, man. I thought I was getting a good TV when I bought a Vizio. I was like, yeah, I got me a Vizio. Man, now it's been tracking me.
Smartcast and the data advertising platform that was owned by Vizio. So here's how it works. You pay $598 for the TV, you get it home, you unbox it, you plug it in, and you realize you can't operate it without a Walmart account. Actually, it says right here that a Vizio account is required for smart TV. And that's more than deceptive labeling, that's a straight up lie. You'll be immediately redirected to set up a Walmart.
Okay, cool. I ain't got one of those Vizio TVs. I got one of the older models. Okay, I'm cool because I ain't got no Walmart thing.
And here's the sinister part. Like I said before, it wasn't about buying the physical TVs. It was about buying SmartCast. Any Vizio televisions that have been manufactured in 2026 require a Walmart account. And look at the deceptive pricing scheme. $238 for the TCL 50-inch and $178 for the Vizio. SmartCast is the operating system that lives inside the TV. It runs all your apps like Netflix and YouTube. It controls your home screen. And most importantly, the ad data system. What it does is detect what you're watching, even from cable boxes, game consoles, or DVDs, and your cell phone connected to the Walmart app. Now they will tie in what you and your family watch, search, and buy to relentlessly market you into their store. Even more Orwellian than that, linking your TV to your purchases to your location. Now you are a probable target for personal product pricing adjustments set according to your needs or desperation. This is called dynamic pricing, based on your personal data. And the fact that a giant corporation like Walmart has laid the foundation for a deceptive controlling system just like this should have us all outraged. Does it?
Does it have you mad? Don't shop there.
Whoever said to put your sweet potato in the fish tank, I think it's working a little too good. Here's the top. We got a vine going out this way.
Yo.
Another vine going out this way. I don't think this is gonna work.
This is colon. This is you. That means your gut is clogged up, okay? This is kidneys. That means your kidneys are in distress. When I see these corners going, I know they're a drinker or they love their sweets. But guess what?
Wait a minute. Where'd she get her information from? Because I did all that and I was, man, I ain't need no sweets and healthy as can be. That's all I'm going to say. And I still lost it.
And let me tell you one thing. It's like if a black man is caught with something in the car or something, everybody in the car gonna go to jail with him, right? But if a black man can play basketball or rap, only he gets the record deal. So meaning like if one black man does something bad, all the other blacks get caught with him. If one black man does something good, nobody else gets nothing with him. It's a reverse for the Jewish people, right? If a Jewish person could repeatedly fucks me on a deal, it's just them. It's just the businessman. It's not the people. It's not nobody else. But if a Jewish person does good, all of their people eat with them. That's one of the flips. I gotta tell you something. Where is a black guy that has a Jewish person signed to him? Point it out. Tell me that. Where is a black person that's signed to a Jewish person? All of them. Basically 90% of them. So what I'm saying is,
I mean, he be talking facts. That's all I can say about that.
No, you don't need to delete Instagram, you don't need to get a flip phone, and you don't need to go off the grid either. What you need is to master the trigger audits. Most people try and fight distraction with willpower, but they never ask themselves what's actually pulling me in. It's not just the app, but the trigger. That tiny moment of boredom, that awkward pause within your day, that habit of just checking after you finish a task. Think about it like setting a trap. A hunter does not chase animals all day. He figures out where they show up and catches them when they least expect it. It's the exact same for your habits, which is exactly why you're going to become a distraction hunter. Step one is you're going to write down what's tempting you, those specific moments, those actions, those moods. Next, you're going to set the trap. Replace the scroll with something frictionless but productive. Open your notes app or do some push-ups or step outside. Understand that distraction is not random. It follows a pattern. And once you see that trigger, you can finally break the loop.
Yo, everybody needs to do some of that, and we need to break this loop because, come on now. We know we all be device heavy, you know?
What's a piece of information that you learned that feels illegal to know?
If you buy an ATM and keep it in your room, you open up 100 bank accounts. Only the bank accounts that reimburse ATM fees. You get your debit card. All 100 of them, swipe them once a week. You set the ATM charge for $10. You're making $4,000 a month from 100 different banks. I'll do more credit ones because my other credit one went viral.
Wait, ATM in your house, fees, all that, y'all get the math?
Okay, I'm gonna prove to you right now that you're not your physical body. Use your common sense. Raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Did your hand raise itself, or did you give the command to the body to raise the hand?
No.
Well, answer the question. Answer the question.
My brain.
Okay, your brain gave a signal, right? So now, okay, your brain is an official entity, correct? Which means that the source from which the thought came would not be the body, because the body is the puppet. So do you? No, answer the question, man. No question. Now I'm running over you. Listen, you are not the body. First of all, you are not the body. You saying it's pseudo, but you're not spiritually vibrating high enough to even transmit this knowledge. So first of all, second of all, calm down. Third of all, you are not your body. So therefore, your spirit ether body has a different food source than your physical body. If you fuse your spirit body or your ether body with your physical body, you can eat directly from the source. So the soles of your hands, the soles of your feet, the palms of your hand, these transmute energy. These are your 11 chakras.
Yo, back in the day when he used to be dropping those gems. For real. I don't know what Young Pharaoh be doing now. I haven't really kept up with him. But back in them days,
I'm obsessed with etymology because you got to really understand what they're saying with symbols and logos and why are we saying certain things, right? So like husband, does anybody know what husband really means? If you look at Webster's dictionary, right? So Webster's dictionary, he wrote something, it's called the American Dictionary of the English Language. So in that book, the definition of husband, this is the real definition of husband, means cultivator, means builder, means farmer, but it also means clown.
I mean, and that's what a lot of the whole idea of it, they pretty much make the husbands clowns.
So when you really think about it, you're like, wait a minute, why is every husband in every sitcom show the clown? Because if you look at Black's Law Dictionary, if you look at the Webster's Dictionary of the American English Language, the real definitions of things, people have no idea what they're talking about. Like black, if you look into the dictionary that I was talking about, American English Language by Webster, black means to make pale or to bleach. So, you know, human doesn't mean human.
Break that down.
Yeah,
I know
break that down.
I know where you're going with this.
Okay, you're a human being? No, you're not. If you look in Black's Law Dictionary and Noah Webster's American English Language Dictionary, if you look into human, actually means monster. Because they created this word, Homo sapien, man, human, Homo sapien, right? Okay. Right. Human is not in the Bible, because in the Bible it says man, mankind, children, that's it, right? There's no human in the Bible. So where did this come from? They legally made this because you're not human because you are human. You're actually a monster because the definition means monster, and I can do whatever to a monster. So I will tell everybody, go get Black's Law Dictionary, go get American Dictionary for the English Language by Noah Webster. Why do we have human resources at jobs? You already know you're human. Nobody's questioning this. That's what I mean.
Human resources. Well, who else is it?
Who else is it? I know I'm a human. You're a human. So
what else would
So
it
you
be?
have to define something else because you're probably different.
We're not ran by human beings.
This is not ran by human beings. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anybody even bring this up.
Yeah, why is it called human resources?
Yeah, like nobody's ever even talked about this.
But it makes sense now because now you know the real definition.
You gotta read the definitions.
You gotta read between the lines.
Yes.
yo, how many different types of people are there? There's human, there's man, there's mankind. Are they all different? Are we all different? What do they all mean? Human resources. That one right there, I don't know, man. That one ain't sitting with me too well. Why do we have human resources? Why can't it just be resources? Man.
I knew shit was real with our community when I asked the little kid who they think killed Martin Luther King. And they reply was Lil Durk.
Dang.
Got 3 flashlights here, a blue one, a green one, and a red one. And as you can see, when their beams all combine, you get white light. And if you take a piece of paper with a slit in it and you block those beams, you can decompose that white light back into its constituent parts, red, green, and blue. Now this is something really cool. If you take something that casts a shadow, it's actually going to cast 3, a cyan, a magenta, and a yellow shadow.
Oh, wow.
And if I allow each of those shadows to pass over the slit, you're going to see that they block out only their complementary color.
Colors. Colors are amazing.
It's time to cut the cat. Check out this video, y'all.
Since they won't let me post these results, I'm gonna tell everybody this shit. You go to Walmart, you get you a pack of any ground meat, ground turkey, ground beef, ground chicken, ground sausage, it don't matter, ground pork. Just get any ground meat, go to Walgreens, get the home DNA test kit, send that bitch to the lab and look at your results. They put humans in that shit.
Now, I don't know how true this is,
Whoa.
but I'm definitely gonna try it. If y'all try it or have tried it, let us know in the comments. Cut the cat.
I never thought to do that.
There is a part of Scary Movie 2 that has its very own Mandela effect. Do you know about this?
No.
The quote, "Take my little hand," is the correct quote, right? From the film.
Yes.
But everybody
Take my good hand.
thinks it's "Take my strong hand."
Yeah, it is take my strong hand. Take my strong hand.
No, it's "Take my little hand," and my mind blew today.
Really? I thought it was
realising
take my strong hand.
You take my little hand.
No, get it away from.
Why were they trying to get us? They tried to give me Michael Jackson. And I knew that was fake. They just revealed the damn words to the Lion King. And now they trying to change the words on a classic movie. And you seen how you went to that stage and you met Strong Hand. You know it. You wrote it, nigga. They trying to get you. We gotta watch our backs, bros. They're trying to get you.
There is a part of...
It's take my strong hand. Everybody said strong hand. Whoa. Whoa.
Wait, so you have been affected
We
by
put it and I...
There's no way.
No, give me your other hand. Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand. No, get it away from me.
Well, shit.
I don't believe anything that's on Netflix. I gotta see who's got the DVD. No, who's got the VHS? I need to see somebody with the VHS. Put it in your VCR and yeah, because I swear it was strong hand.
This is General William Sullivan with an emergency message. I'm speaking to you from a CDC clean zone. Outbreak of the deadly Pandora virus is spreading rapidly. Unprecedented threat requires a worldwide quarantine. All ships must remain at sea until further. Humanity must endure.
Virus? What should we do?
They're buying it. They're buying it. Certainly plausible indeed, Joe Morgenstern of the Wall Street Journal. Now to make sure no one can call home to check, with a little help from the Make Your Own Sunday Bar. Squirt, squirt.
Our attempts to contact the mainland have met with nothing but static. It appears we have no choice. To avoid the virus, we must remain at sea indefinitely.
Yo, did they predict it? It's kind of like a person is just sitting back and watching all the Simpsons episodes and then sees one that they like and is like, you know what? I like this one. Let's make this one happen.
This might be the most ridiculous rabbit hole I've ever went down. The last part is mind-blowing. Mountain Dew flavor conspiracy. I went down this rabbit hole so you don't have to. Apparently there are world events coincide with Mountain Dew's flavor release date. Yeah, Mountain Dew's flavor names are very cryptic. Mountain Dew, the soda drink that started in 1940 by the Hartman brothers, was actually made just to cut whiskey. That's how it started. And because the mixture worked so well, it actually tastes like moonshine. which Mountain Dew is the slang term for moonshine.
I did not know
all
that.
soda drinks have like some slippery origin story. They all started out on the wrong side of the tracks, if you know what I mean. So that's the backstory. Okay, flavors. Let's start with their first flavor, Code Red, May 2001. Code Red is also code for an Extreme World event. That's what happened on September 2001, an Extreme World event here in the United States. Let's start with the flavor Pitch Black. First released in 2004, major cyber attack. Released in 2016, bigger cyber attack. Then re-released in 2024, bigger cyber attack. Remember in 2024, the CrowdStrike cyber attack, which affected millions of Windows computers. That could just be a coincidence, right? Okay. In 2024, they also released Star Spangled Splash. You know what also happened in 2024? The Francis Scott Key Bridge was destroyed. Who's Francis Scott Key? He is the author of the Star Spangled Banner. Yes, the bridge that was named after the author of the Star Spangled Banner was destroyed the same year that Star Spangled Splash by Mountain Dew was released. See, now it's getting weird. At first I was like, this is a cute little rabbit hole, and then it got real. Follow me. In 2019, re-released in 2023, Maui Blast. So happened in 2023, the fires in Maui. Is this a coincidence? Is there a conspiracy here? I don't know. But when you line them up, it starts to look a little wild. Not to mention, also released in 2023, Baja Blast. Also happened in 2023, the Ensenada shootout in Baja, California, Mexico, that left 10 unalived. I'm not making this up. I wish I was making this up. I'm not making this up. Full breakdown. You may be asking me, Brandon, what's the next one? April 6th, 2026. Dirty Dew is the new flavor.
Dirty Dew.
Dirty Dew, April 6th, 2026. What does that mean? My mind went somewhere with Dirty Dew. Didn't know if I'm tripping. This was just an afternoon rabbit hole that I went down, and then I landed at Dirty Dew, April 6th, 2026. Let me know what you think that means. And maybe I'm not. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Let me know. It's us.
Dirty Dew. What's really finna happen in 2026 then? If they doing the Mountain Dew flavors and we in the dirty Dew era, I don't know.
I just tell the truth, and telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
It's like the same thing, huh? Keep running back the same plays over and over again. I mean, yeah, too much caffeine could do something like that. I can see it. I can see like it messing with your brain, or I don't know. It's like too much of anything isn't good for you, you know? But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.